My name is Justina and I'm a dietitian. I kind of came in here to talk to you about how you're feeling and what brought you in here. So tell me, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really nauseous right now. I feel like I'm gonna throw up and my stomach hurts and I don't really know why I'm in here to begin with.
Gotcha, I know. So you're not feeling all that great and you're just kind of confused of why you're in here. Did the doctors talk to you about, what brought you in here?
I told them how I was feeling and they were like, yeah, it's normal to be so thirsty and be like nauseous, and they said something about blood sugar and DKA, I think. So I guess while they were out, I Googled it on my phone and I heard that you can die from it and that it's like one of the leading causes of death or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's scary. I mean, Google can be scary sometimes. Well, especially with this condition, DKA, which is also known as diabetic ketoacidosis, can be really scary, especially if it's something that you've never heard of. Well, how familiar are you with like blood sugar and blood sugar levels?
I know that when I came in here, they said my blood sugar levels were high. So then I told them that I don't eat candy. There's no way that I have sugar in my bloodstream. I know Halloween was a few days ago, but I promise I didn't eat any candy because I've been trying to lose a little bit of weight, and so I didn't eat any candy. So
yeah, no, I hear ya. It's like you don't eat all these sugary foods and you just don't understand why or how your blood sugar like got so high, right?
yeah.
Well, would you be interested in how sometimes different types of food can impact or affect our blood sugar levels?
Yeah, are you saying that things besides sugar can raise your blood sugar?
Yeah, so different types of foods can do that. Well, let's start with what you eat in a day. Do you mind sharing like what a typical day of eating looks like for you?
Sure. I guess I'll talk about yesterday. I woke up, I didn't eat breakfast. I went to school, and for lunch I had the school lunch, which was like a hamburger and some chips, I think. I didn't eat the carrots though. And then after school, I went with my friends to Chick-fil-A and I got some fries. Then I went home and my mom made spaghetti with meatballs. So I had maybe like 2 plates of that. And then I got hungry later in the night. So I had some hot Cheetos and some popcorn.
Gotcha. I mean, these sounds yummy, don't get me wrong, but it also sounds like it's kind of high in what we call saturated fats. Are you familiar with that term?
No, I don't know what that means.
That's okay. So, we eat fats to stay healthy, and having fats in our diet helps with other parts of our body to function well. But saturated fats are the type of fats that we want like lower consumption of. And sometimes when our diets have like foods that are high in saturated fats, can cause what's insulin resistance. Are you familiar with that and how that can affect your sugar levels?
I don't really know what those 2 words mean.
That's okay. So insulin is a hormone in our body that's made from the pancreas, and when we have insulin resistance from eating like too much fat sometimes, it can hinder the cells in our body to to not accept the sugar or the energy, what's called glucose in the body, to be accepted. And so now you're just having all this sugar in your body running around, and that's what can cause you to feel nauseous and feel sick.
That makes sense. I understand what insulin resistance is, but you still mentioned about sugar.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not eating any sugar.
Yeah, and it's not all the sugar that can make you have insulin resistance or make your blood sugar goes up. It's sometimes from like carbohydrate sources. So like from white bread, processed foods. These types of foods can increase insulin resistance because the body can't protect itself from these fat sources because it wants like good energy sources, and sometimes those can like hinder it.
That makes sense, but I eat the school lunch and I can't really control what they give me.
Yeah.
So sometimes they will give me white bread and like I guess processed foods, but you know, I really don't have time to pack my own lunch, and I can't control what my mom makes for dinner.
Yeah.
And she does the grocery shopping.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't have a choice.
I hear ya. Well, I know you said you didn't eat the carrots for lunch for school. Do you mind telling me why you didn't eat the carrots, or you just don't like carrots?
I usually like carrots, but the carrots that they gave me were kind of like mushy.
Yeah.
And they just didn't really taste very good.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know you said your mom does the grocery shopping, and so you can't really control everything that she gets. But, you know, maybe you guys could do the grocery shopping together. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, that would be, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I know we talked a lot, you know, from like the TK to the blood sugar levels. Are there any other questions that can help kind of clarify for you? Because I know it's a lot, you know, it can be overwhelming. So I want to help you understand the process of like what's going on and how we can do these little changes so you don't have to go through this experience again.
So what you said about the blood sugar makes sense, but I really don't understand the other word, like the keto something, like I'm not on the keto diet.
Gotcha. So, diabetic ketoacidosis, which, you know, we can shorten it to DKA because it's super long. It happens when your body can't, like how we talked about insulin resistant, like when your body can't take that insulin in, too much sugar is just like floating in your body, and it just kind of raises what's called these ketones in your body, and that's what cause like these dangerous symptoms of like feeling super nauseous, not good, and it can be scary, you know. But you know, with the changes of these eating habits, maybe, you know, with going grocery shopping with your mom and adding in more fruits and vegetables and whole grains, that can help you with not being in this situation again.
So do you think that I need to stop eating the school lunch and stop eating, like, you know, going out with my friends and eating the Chick-fil-A? What do you think would be a good way to avoid coming in here again?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I know you talked about not eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you know, maybe we can start with eating breakfast in the mornings, because eating breakfast can help reduce blood sugar levels, and we want you to have a good stable blood sugar level throughout the day, and eating breakfast when you wake up is a good first step. Would you be interested in maybe we can start off with that?
It's a little bit hard for me sometimes because I usually wake up late and I have to catch the bus to school, and you know, I live really far away from school, so if I miss the bus, then my parents will be really mad at me, and I just don't have the time to make breakfast.
That's okay. Well, you know, maybe before you go to bed, you can make breakfast. You know, can you tell me like some types of breakfast foods you like?
I like peanut butter and jelly.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. So maybe you can get like a whole grain bread, and before you go to bed at night, you can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That way you can grab it on the go, and you can even eat it on the bus, so you're not um, like running late. Would that be something you could, try as your first step?
Yeah, I can try that tomorrow.
Yeah. So with everything said, well, when you go home at least, you can incorporate that in. With everything said about about DK and blood sugar, I know it's a lot, but hopefully that helped to ease your mind. That with like little steps and one day at a time, we can make sure that your blood sugar levels are maintained and low. That way, we don't have another episode like this again. So thank you for sharing and for your time today, Jason.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi Alicia, my name is Katie and I'll be your dietitian today. How are you doing?
Hi, Katie. I'm frustrated, to be honest.
Well, tell me more about what's going on.
I hate that I'm in here, I know they're saying that my diabetes is acting up, and I don't get it because I'm eating kind of healthy. I work out like crazy because, I play soccer. So I just don't get it. Like, why is this happening to me,
Okay. So what you're saying is you feel like you're doing all the right things. You're working out, you're eating healthy, you're just not really seeing the results that you want with like your diabetes.
Right, I guess.
Okay. And so I see in your chart that you were recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Is this something that you're familiar with? Have you had any form of education on it?
Sorta. They just tell me to eat healthy and check my blood sugar levels, but I do the best that I can.
Okay. So would it be okay if I provided you some education on type 1 diabetes?
Yeah, I guess. I know, I'm supposed to eat certain foods and not eat sugary foods. So.
Okay, well, type 1 diabetes is a condition where your body makes little to no insulin. Is that something that is familiar to you?
Yeah, sorta.
Okay. So insulin is a hormone produced by our body, and it kind of helps us use that sugar that we get from the diet for energy. And so without that insulin, we can't really, we just have free-floating sugar around the body, and we're not really able to put it to use. So does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of makes sense.
Okay. So how often are you monitoring your blood sugar levels?
Every other day. I just don't really have time, and I don't want to prick my finger. It hurts so much, and with school and soccer and everything, who has the time?
Yeah. There's other methods that you can use without pricking your finger. Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah, absolutely. There's other ways.
Yeah, so we have, there's a continuous blood glucose monitor. This is a device that you wear all day, and it manually, it automatically checks your blood sugar levels rather than, manually checking it from pricking your finger every day, which I know can be painful and probably annoying. So is that device something that you'd be interested in trying out?
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Okay, well maybe we can get that started with you.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about what you're eating throughout the day, if that's okay with you. So run me through a typical day of eating for you.
Well, in the morning, they've told me so many times that I need to eat breakfast, so I, when I'm in a rush, I like to go to Chick-fil-A, and I get a chicken biscuit, and then for lunch, kind of as a toss-up, sometimes I'm hungry, sometimes I'm not, so sometimes I skip lunch, and then before practice, I try to eat a snack, I'll eat a granola bar, and then for dinner, it's whatever mom makes, and last night, before I come in here, I had spaghetti, and I love spaghetti, so I love eating pasta, is what.
So with your diet now, how are your energy levels? Do you feel like you're really fatigued at practice or after practice?
Yeah, during practice I feel fine, the adrenaline really pushes me, but I guess before practice and after practice I'm really tired, so yeah, I guess.
Okay. Well, you're doing great with exercise and, trying to eat some healthier food choices. But would you be interested in hearing about some food choices that will help you kind of control your blood sugar levels?
Yeah, I guess. I thought I was doing my best, but I mean, if there's a better way.
Yeah, so I think it would be great if we could incorporate more like high fiber, high protein foods. Do you know what fiber is, or have you heard of it?
Sorta. Can you tell me?
Yeah, so fiber is what we call a non-digestible carbohydrate. And this is basically just a food that can help kind of reduce our blood sugar levels. So before providing you with some examples, what do you like to eat?
Well, if I have time, like, I really do like oatmeal, and I like yogurt parfaits in the mornings, and then for lunch, like, maybe like a salad or like a rice bowl, and then for dinner, like, mom makes really good pasta, or whatever she makes. It's kind of what I like to eat.
Okay. So maybe with help from mom, we could all work on this together.
Yeah.
And maybe for breakfast we could do like oatmeal with some mixed nuts or peanut butter. Is that something that sounds good to you?
Yeah, actually, that sounds really good.
And maybe some fruit.
Mm-hmm.
This fruit has a lot of fiber in it too, and
Yeah.
oatmeal has fiber. And this can kind of help you, like I mentioned before, reduce your blood sugar levels.
Yeah.
And then maybe at lunch we can do a brown rice bowl with some steamed vegetables and chicken, which also has a lot of fiber and protein in it. And then maybe at dinner you mentioned that mom makes a lot of pasta. Maybe you guys could, instead of the regular pasta that you guys are using, maybe a whole grain pasta,
Yeah.
which will have more fiber in it as well. And then maybe like some ground turkey or chicken, and then some steamed vegetables in that.
Yeah.
Are these some food choices that sound good to you?
Yeah, especially because I do want to feel more energetic, so like, I guess I know that kind of makes sense.
Okay, great. And then next I wanted to kind of mention that you were experiencing some redness in your legs. So tell me more about that if you're okay with that.
Well, so I guess that's the real reason why I'm in here, right? Because after practice, during practice I kind of fell, and my legs like started getting red and really swelled up, and I guess that's another real reason I'm frustrated. Like, how did like my diabetes or my blood sugar levels cause that? So, yeah, I guess that's really why I'm really frustrated too.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it. A lot's going on, and I mean, I feel fine, to be honest. It's just my legs are really red.
Yeah. Well, uncontrolled blood sugar levels can actually lead to that swelling and redness that you've been experiencing in your legs. But I think, with help from mom and potentially a continuous blood glucose device, we could kind of get these levels under control, maybe reduce the redness and swelling, and then, just give you that energy boost that you need at your soccer practice. So does that sound like something that you'd be interested in trying?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, actually. Thank you.
Okay, good. Do you have any comments or questions for me?
No. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you, Alicia.
Thank you.
Hi Susan, my name is Edith, and I will be the dietitian here for you today. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about how you're feeling in your procedure, and what brought you in here today. So, what are your main concerns?
I don't know. I'm just really tired from the procedure, and I don't know. My husband brought me in because I've been having a lot of chest pain and shortness of breath, no matter what I do, and I don't really know why that's going on. And yeah, so I guess I'm just really tired from my procedure.
Okay, so you mentioned some chest pains that you've been having. How frequently have you been having those?
Probably a few times a day, but it gets worse when I try to exercise, or if I try to lift anything, I'll feel worse chest pain.
Okay, and have you just noticed the chest pain as of recently, or how long has this been going on?
It's probably been a few months. Yeah, I just feel kind of loopy, so maybe my husband will know better. But I think it's been a few months for the, experiencing chest pain.
Okay. So I know that you just got out of a cardiac cath procedure. Do you have any idea why you had to have this procedure done?
No, my doctor tried to explain it a little bit. He said that it would make me feel better, and he mentioned something about cholesterol in my diet, but I didn't really, it was so quick that he mentioned it, I didn't really understand what he was talking about, so.
Yeah, so do you mind if I give you a little bit of education on the role that cholesterol plays in this procedure?
No, I wouldn't mind that at all.
So when you have a buildup of cholesterol in your body, that can block your arteries, and that can sometimes cause the chest pain that you're feeling. So if you wouldn't mind, could you just run me through what a typical day of eating looks like for you?
Well, I've never been a big breakfast eater. I kind of skip breakfast. For lunch, I'll usually have a hamburger and maybe some fries, and then at dinner, maybe I know it's probably bad, but I do make homemade fried chicken, and then maybe a potato, a baked potato or something.
Okay.
So that's about it.
Okay. And do you follow any kind of dietary restrictions, or do you have any things that you're concerned about?
Well, my doctor put me on the, I think it's called the cardiac diet, and then I'm kosher as well.
Oh, okay. So what do you currently know about the cardiac diet, or how do you feel about it?
It's been okay. I think it's kind of bland, but I've been trying to eat more vegetables. I just don't know how to kind of add that into my diet, because I just don't think that they taste good. I don't really know how to make them taste good.
Okay, okay. So what kind of vegetables have you had in the past that you enjoyed?
I've had broccoli. I like potatoes. But yeah, I just don't really know how to make broccoli taste good.
Okay.
So.
Have you tried to make broccoli at home?
Yes.
How did that go for you?
Not good. I tried to roast them in the oven, but they burnt because I didn't remember to take them out. So.
Okay. So do you think having that experience with broccoli kind of shifted you away from wanting to try that again?
Yeah, definitely.
How do you feel about trying broccoli again, but with maybe setting a timer on your phone or on the oven? Do you think that's something that you could do?
Yeah, that's something I could do. Yeah, I could try that.
Okay, cool. How did you, when you made your broccoli, how did you roast it?
I just put it in a pan, and then added some vegetable oil to it, and put it in the oven for maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think that's something that you would enjoy if you tried to make that broccoli at home?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And talk to me a little bit more about what your lifestyle currently looks like.
So I work full-time at the spa. I'm a receptionist, so I'm there from I open from 7 a.m. and then I'm there until they close 6.
Okay.
And then with traffic, I drive an hour there and an hour back. So I really don't, I'm really not home a lot.
Okay. So what do you usually do about food throughout the day?
I usually just kind of get something out. I've been trying to pack my lunch. I just don't really know where to start with that. I don't really know what to make,
So it sounds like when you're at work all day, it's easiest to just buy something out.
Yeah.
Because that would be most convenient for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever packed your lunch in the past?
When I was a little kid, like my mom would pack it for me, but now that I'm older, I don't think I've really packed my lunch.
Okay.
I usually always get something out.
Okay. What do you usually get when you're?
I'll usually just get like something really easy from a drive-through, maybe like a hamburger and fries. Yeah, something quick and cheap.
Okay. Do you tend to go to specific restaurants or specific fast food places?
Yeah, there's a Jewish like fast food restaurant that I go to, and yeah, I'll just like they have a drive-through and I'll go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about maybe looking at their menu and looking at maybe healthier options that you could order from there?
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Okay. How do you feel about doing the roasted broccoli and then looking at the Jewish fast food menu and seeing maybe if there's anything else that you could try from there?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I think that's good. I'm just really tired.
Okay, well I hope you get some rest.
Thank you.
And I hope to not see you again here.
Yeah.
Again.
Thank you.